All right, all right. Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit like. I am so excited that you're here with me on Beyond Business. Oh my gosh. Again, Beyond Boardroom Business with me, Coach Stephanie, and I have the honor of having this amazing woman that I'm going to interview, and you all are going to learn so much from her. I just got through speaking with her, and I've learned so much. And wow, I just can't wait for you all to hear what she has to say. And again, this is Beyond Boardroom Business, where I interview trailblazers, business owners, and entrepreneurs and leaders within the community that have something to say, because we need to say it, and that there are people that can learn something from it. And again, you all are going to be amazed with what comes from Miss Sherisse Colbourne's repertoire of experience. She's not only a momager, she's a professional arts developer. So without further ado, let's bring on Miss Sherisse Colbourne. Greetings. How are you
Greetings,
today?
blessings, greetings. Hey, everyone.
I am so excited to have you. Thank you for
I'm
joining us.
so blessed to be here. Thank you for having
Oh
me.
my gosh. When I learned about what you do and I looked you up, I mean, you are just really amazing. I really am honored that you are joining me today on this platform, because you have so much information that definitely is worth hearing. So thank you again.
Thank you, Coach Zeph.
So let's get started, because,
Yes,
I
honey.
know people want to hear what's going on. So again, this is Coach Stephanie, and welcome to Beyond Boardroom Business. And so without further ado, we're going to get started. Can you tell me who you are and
Yes,
what's up with that?
yes. My name is Sherisse Colbourne. I'm a native New Yorker, Harlem. Moved here to Atlanta for college. I am an alumna of the illustrious Clark Atlanta University. Um,
Wow.
I've been back here in Atlanta since 2007. Haven't left yet, but my background, my foundation is professional performing arts. I started at 6 years old dancing ballet and tap and modern and jazz at the Theater of Harlem, our esteemed, Dance Theater of Harlem. I carried over around 8 years old and started singing with the Emmy Award winning Young People's Chorus of New York City, multiple winners of national and international youth chorus of the year, traveled the world with them, sang with heights, um, leaders like Nelson Mandela before his passing, legends like Celine Dion, um, so many more, and Ben Vereen, so many leaders that we've worked with, and great artistic leaders of our time, and came to Atlanta. When I came to Atlanta, I came here on a vocal performance choir scholarship, and all of that has been the root to who I am today as a professional performing arts coach, developer, and momager to my
Wow.
son, Jaden Griffin, who is a professional performing arts actor of 11 years now. So,
What?
yes,
Wow. That's awesome. That is amazing. I saw some of the footage of him acting, and he's definitely he's handsome.
thank
He
you.
looks like he's meant to be in that role. So he definitely has an art for you. Taught him well. I'll just say it like
Yes,
that. Taught him well. So congratulations on that.
thank
Oh,
you.
so, and so, how far does he want to go in the entertainment industry?
Well, ironically, currently he's taking up mass media communications
Okay.
with a concentration in TV and film because aside from his acting, which again, but mind you, aside from him being in the industry and doing the work, he's actually done the work behind the scenes, meaning studying Meisner acting and just having one-on-one coaching with adults as a as a preteen. He was the only child in an adult acting class. Yes. So his array, like his stretch of education when it comes to being coached, as far as acting, is very broad. So now he wants to get into directing. So that's currently what he's taken up, at my alma mater.
I love it. That is so beautiful. And now, with you having been familiar with the entertainment industry, and did you see that in your son naturally, or did you bring it out of him?
Oh
How did
yeah.
you? Okay.
Aside from generationally, aside from our family being so deep rooted in the singing and performing, even my brother was signed to New York Models when we were kids. And
Wow.
you know how it is in New York. Like
Wow.
you got to grow up quickly. So
Yes.
when mom and dad had to work, I think I was like in 8th grade, getting on the train with my brother, taking him to auditions. So I feel like that was my first
Yeah.
understudy. That's kind of the first person that I kind of managed, because I would take my brother downtown to auditions, and I'd be in the room with him, and I'm very observant, watching everyone go through their lines, and and even he got as far as being the stand-in for the boy who played the son, Denzel Washington's son in The Preacher's Wife. So my brother was the stand-in for that
Wow.
movie, and they wanted to sign my brother, and to this day he regrets it, but they wanted to sign him and move him to the West Coast. So my dad was ready to like quit his job and yeah, and be bi-coastal and take my brother to LA. And he put on a big show with the family. I was like, no, I don't want to go. And yeah, so my mom, of course, was like, well, fine. If you don't want to go, you don't have to. So, and watching my brother's experience and everything that I was doing as well on the back end, as a dancer, as a model, as a performer, a vocalist, you when once we're in that loop, you know what you know and you see what you see. And what my son was doing was, we can go as young as like 2. Jaden would like watch reruns in the oddest way, watch reruns of like Martin.
Okay.
To when he was about like 7, he would watch Martin, Step Up, and what was the other one? Um, Fast and Furious. He would
Okay.
watch all of those on rotation. And I already knew like that was his like solitude. Like he
Okay.
would watch it over and over again. So it was one day he comes to me, and thank God I have it on, I have it recorded, but he came to me and he recited and acted out the
Wow.
whole one of the episodes of Martin. And I
Wow.
was like, not only that, he used to just like break dance anywhere and just go into like skits. And I was like, yeah, this is, yeah.
He's got the bug.
He's got, yeah. So it was like one day we were here in Atlanta driving, and I was listening to the gospel radio station, and I heard the advertisement for 21st Century Entertainment. And they were like,
Mm.
if you think your kid has it, come out for an audition, whoop de whoop. And I was like, there's no way that this could be a scam because it's on the gospel channel.
That's true. That's a good point right there.
Right. So I was like, okay. So I brought Jaden, He auditioned, and I say this to all my parents out there, whether you have it or not, invest in your babies. So this very day, I don't know where I came up with the money
Right.
to cover his, workshop expenses, because they did approve him. They wanted him to be a part of it. And basically what 21st century entertainment provides is they coach you, you go through workshops for about 3 months. And at the
Okay.
end of that 3 months, you have a talent showcase in front of top premier
Uh,
Atlanta and or LA agents. So
wow.
Jaden got to perform in front of Atlanta agents. And at the end, it's like scouting. You get offers. Whoever's
Okay.
interested, you meet with them, and that's who you sign with. So he's been with Atlanta Models and Talent Incorporated. He's been with that agency since then for 11 years.
Wow.
So
So let me ask you, what if the agency wasn't doing what they were supposed to do? How would you as a mother know?
and we've had situations where I just felt like they're not doing enough. So, like,
Okay.
perfect example, I think when they were maybe about 6 years ago, they were transitioning.
Okay.
The whole team was flipped and they were transitioning to new people, brand new people.
Wow.
And all blessings to one of his coaches, Jaden's additional private coaches, Alicia Kelly. She coached me through as far as like, hey, like, he's really good. Why is he not in the TV and film department?
Ooh.
So they were booking Jaden only for auditions within print. So
Mhm.
commercial print work, that's it.
Right.
Commercial
Okay.
print and a voiceover. So why he wasn't in that TV and film division, I
Okay.
have no idea. But what I ended up doing is I reached out to the new head of the TV and film department, Jason Lockhart, and he was like, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So even within, it's like, just because you get an agent, it's not, the work is not done, the deals are not done, the
Okay.
negotiating is not done. And even with him being 19, I still get the emails. They still communicate with me, and I
Okay.
do. That's what I do love. I love that piece of the business where
Yeah.
usually you might have an agent that's like, I don't have to deal with you anymore. Your child is 19. Your child is over 18. But AMT is such a family oriented
Okay.
environment. So even if I do have an issue, I can come to them about anything. Um, yeah, so it's a lot of hands-on work. You got to be
Okay.
committed and devoted, because even within my livelihood, I have not only did Jaden go through college with me in person, but even after post college, I made sure that I sustained jobs that allowed me to bring Jaden with me and
Oh.
allowed me to have the flexibility to take him to set, to take
Okay.
him to auditions if need be.
Yeah.
So it
So,
was a huge sacrifice.
so what should a mother or parent do when they're looking for an agent for their child?
So the first thing you want to do is to assure that the agency is not requiring you to pay anything upfront. If you, whether it's modeling, acting, print work, voiceover work, if they are requiring or requesting for you to pay anything upfront, do not do it. That is a scam. That is not legit. You also want to do your research. You want to see how long they've been in business. You want to check their Better Business Bureau reviews. Be in the loop. Get your kids in some of these acting classes like Catapult, because Catapult also will provide you with knowledge on the best agencies for children
And you
in
said
Atlanta.
catapult? What?
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
Catapult is one That is very great. One of the best acting companies for the kids. They have a lot of acting classes. Get Seen is another one. I know a couple of others, but those two for sure. For children, you want to stay in the loop of the network, because the network, the more parent, especially the more parents you know get to build relationships with, the more information that you learn on how to effectively be a momager, pretty much.
Okay. What should a parent look out for? What should they avoid outside of the agent? Is there anything else that they should avoid?
Um, hmm. I first want to advise them in every capacity to remain professional.
Okay.
We have, even at sets and auditions, we have parents that overstep. Don't do
Mm,
that. Don't do that.
okay.
No, even if your child is not following the director's approach, let the director do their job. 9 times out of 10, there will always be an onset or someone in the room who works with children.
Okay.
So parents, do not overstep your boundaries. And even if you need to talk to little Johnny during break, then
Okay.
you check little Johnny during break, but don't overstep boundaries. So I first want to put that out there first, because as parents, we have to hold ourselves accountable as far as how we handle business first and foremost,
Right.
because that then opens the door for you to analyze the business being done around you.
Good point.
That gives you the hindsight on, is that right? Is that not right? So even in the room, whether you're in the room yet, or you desire to be in the room, or you're almost in the room, the things you want to just simply pay attention to is safety precautions,
Mm,
um,
mm,
how they operate, how
okay.
the agencies operate, how the production sets operate. Make sure that everything is legally binded.
Okay.
Um, if your child is on set, there should always be a SAG-AFTRA representative, the
Oh,
child labor law person, um, and they'll learn about that gradually, about the labor laws. Get acclimated with the labor laws.
okay.
Um, Something else, other than, I told you all to be aware of people asking you for money.
Right.
The only thing that you should ever pay out of pocket is for acting classes, workshops, and headshots.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's
That's
it.
it.
That's
Wow.
it. Simple.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
let me ask you this. I just recently saw Usher, and he was explaining on another podcast how Diddy had custody of him. Why did Diddy
That should
have
have
to?
never been allowed.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I love his mom. Like, I love Usher's mom. She is like her, Ashanti's mom, and a couple of other momagers I would love to be in a room with one day. But I think mom probably really trusted
Okay.
the, but even so, you can't take that risk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
take the risk of trusting an industry leader, because on paper he's an industry leader, but
Right.
behind closed doors, you
Mm,
should always leave room for the inevitable.
yeah.
And
And
it's
all it
better
takes
to be
is
safe than
one.
sorry.
Yeah. It just takes one bad situation that
Yes.
can mess someone up for the rest of their life.
And
So
I'm not willing to make those risks.
yes.
So, you know.
Yes. Yes. Awesome. Yes. Yes. Now, how can you tell if the parents just want to push their child into the entertainment industry and they're not really qualified?
when the child doesn't cooperate, when
Ah,
you do not see a drive within that child. Like, you know how like we see it. We see children who are so like into gymnastics or so into basketball. That's their inner passion. That's what
right,
they're passionate about. And we've got to be careful not to push them into something, into a field that they're not comfortable with. Now, don't get me wrong. A parent can see qualities, star qualities in their children that are still underdeveloped.
right.
And in that case, right, then the best thing for that parent to do is put your child in class. Let
Mm,
them get on stage presence, training, and let your child decipher from there, is this my niche or no?
okay, that's a great
You know what I
answer.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you
So how
also, I
much
want to put a
time?
disclaimer too. Also be mindful of the friends and family that you have surrounding that child. Because I can only give an example for what my son experienced. And my son experienced um, members of the family who were just like, do you really want to act, or is your mother having you do this?
Wow.
Don't you want to, like, in addition to acting, he's been playing squash since the fifth grade. So he would get questioned like, do you really want to do that? Or don't you want to play basketball? Like, please don't do that. And I'll be totally transparent. That affected Jaden's confidence level tremendously, to the
Whoa.
point where he struggled with questioning, like, maybe I'm not good at this. Yes,
Right.
yes, I have an extensive IMDb resume. I've been in The Banker with Anthony Mackie, Samuel L. Jackson, and Nia Long. Across the Table from Gregory Allen Williams, another legend, and did phenomenal. But my family member, who I love to the
Mm,
core,
mm,
is
mm.
making me question, is this really what you want to do?
Yeah.
So Jaden has gone through therapy. He's been through therapy since the sixth grade to keep him grounded
Yeah.
and give him the tools to not just be free in a space to talk about how to handle the outside noise, right?
Yeah.
But
Yes.
how to create a healthy balance for him.
Wow. That's so sad when the family from within. It's so much on the outside, and then you have to worry about that inner attack. You know,
Exactly.
yeah, and that's why, fortunately, parents like you instill that self love, even though they still need to have that therapy. It's still, you creating
Knowing
that
who you are, being
was
able to identify with who you are. So the choices that you make are based on I and not them.
right, right,
Hmm.
right. And so, what if he decides to wake up and say he's done with it? How
We
would
have whole trust. We got backup plans.
okay? So have a
The
backup.
beauty of the beauty of my child is like we because we're both Saggies. So I don't know if it's also because like we're so strategic,
Okay,
but on the back end, let's say he does want to take a break, right?
okay.
On the back end, he's getting into real estate. He really
Oh,
wants to get into real estate development, and also has a hidden niche for engineering. So sky
wow!
beyond the sky's the limit.
I love it. I
And I
love
always
it.
tell him there's ways that you can incorporate even those fields into your creativity. You
Yeah.
can create a lane that's never been created.
Mm, how about that?
Hmm.
That is beautiful. I love it. I love it. I just love. I used to be an entertainment agent, so I just have a love for the youth. I love it because
Yes.
they're so innocent and it's amazing to be able to give them the tools that they need to have a bright future. And so I really applaud you on being a momager and taking it serious, and directing your son's life, helping him direct his life for the rest of his life. We need more momagers. We need more
Yes.
parents like you.
Yes.
Seriously.
It's
Yes.
a blessing.
So if a child is interested, how long does it take, or is it no cookie cutter, but how long in general does it take from the time that they start to they're ready to go to Tyler Perry, say?
You know what's interesting? That depends on their discipline.
Discipline. Okay.
That correlates with their discipline. Don't get me wrong. There will be some kids that agencies and casting directors fall in love with because of their characteristic traits.
Okay.
But underlying, that kid can still struggle with discipline.
Mm,
That kid could struggle with passion. Am I here because I want to be here? Or am I here because mom has me here or dad has me here?
right.
So
Right.
everything has to like be in alignment. And that's what creates that healthy balance for the child. You
Yeah.
know, not mom and dad force feeding. No, like it can't be like that. It
Right.
has to be organic.
Okay.
And
Okay.
as a parent, I hold the parents accountable because yes, it's easy for us to see what our children like and don't like. Same thing like vegetables. You know, if they don't like Brussels sprouts, they are never gonna, they don't like it. So the
Right.
same thing applies for life skills. The same thing applies for extracurricular endeavors and the things that they discover that they fall in love with.
Okay.
As far as the arts, it's not
Right.
hard to tell, but I always hold the parents accountable
Okay.
to how we're going to maneuver this.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
Now, what if a child has more than one talent? Say they act and sing and dance. Should they focus on just one or go for all of it?
Go for all. Like
Okay.
I said before, beyond sky's the limit.
Yeah.
My child has done it, and some might say, oh my God, that's consuming. It could be a lot. Like, let a kid be a kid." But
Mhm.
I don't think our culture understands the importance of grooming. And
Mm.
even now on the collegiate level, right? Because I do have other, some of Jaden's peers, and not just his peers, but some of my friends who have children that are in high school. And they're coming to me like, well, such and such hasn't done extracurricular. What have y'all been doing?
Oh wow. Right.
Well, she likes to dance or he likes to do this. So where was the investment? Where did you miss out on creating that in that lane for them to be involved in an organization, in an organizational space where they can work in that capacity of ballet, of painting, of
Right.
poetry,
Right.
of dancing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why didn't you create that space? Not saying it's too late, but I also have collegiate babies who come to me like, I wish my parents would have got me into
Mm.
the stuff that Jaden was into.
Wow.
And let me tell you, he's aside from the acting, like I said, he's if you all are familiar with squash, if not, just look it up. But it's like racquetball tennis. It is a predominantly non-black sport, but Jaden has been playing the sport since fifth grade. Fifth grade,
Oh,
him being in that organization
yes.
not only provided the balance of athletics, mental and emotional, just grounding, and better knowing how to take care of the body and the
Yeah.
mind, but it also provided him with resources for college,
Oh, beautiful.
scholarship resources. So please, parents, please do not there don't put no limit, don't put any limit to it. Even as he's a sophomore currently, he has a choir scholarship. He's in the choir.
Oh, I
Vocals is
love
not his strong suit, but how we strategically look at things is like, okay, you've been acting professionally, being trained and coached for over 10 years. You've also done plays, you've done stage plays,
I love it.
but your voice has changed now.
That's
He's a low bass baritone.
okay.
So I said, well, let's take advantage of the fact that you're on the collegiate level and you're going to get this collegiate vocal training and
Mhm.
still have the ability to have the performance aspect of it. So if you see how it all can intertwine. So the
Yeah.
casting director contacts us and they're like, can he sing? Can he hold a note?
Oh,
Can he sing on stage without being nervous? Absolutely.
wow.
Absolutely.
That is so powerful. Your son is such a blessing. I love it. I love
Huge
it.
and humble as they come.
Oh,
Nobody ever knows what he does unless they go to his social media.
oh wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Because we don't need any narcissists.
No, we don't.
That is beautiful. I
He's
love
so
it.
low key.
Is there anything else you would like to leave for the viewers on, this industry?
Yes, aside from what we've talked about in the industry, I also want to shine a light on um, parents. Take care of yourselves as well.
Ooh.
Take care of yourself. I was a single mother. I had Jaden at 19 going on 20. So, of course, he became my end all be all. I don't regret one bit of the sacrifices, but please assure that you prioritize your well being in every capacity.
Yeah,
That is top tier, so important. Because just like if the plane is going down,
that's right.
what do you need to do first? You
That's
need to
right.
put your oxygen on first and then theirs.
Yes, ma'am.
Make that applicable to life. Because even in this happenstance, I myself am dealing with health challenges per my exposure to 9/11 air quality. In high school, I worked down at Ground Zero after 9/11, a few months after 9/11. So, and here's the beauty of the arts. I was singing and
Mhm.
performing daily from 2002. Well, from 9/11 all the way to, what was that, 2017, 16.
Um,
And the minute I slowed down on what my lungs were used to, um, my damage that I had dormant from 9/11 surfaced.
mhm.
So I am going through, but I also want to assure that regardless of what you look like, regardless of even if you have health challenges, you can
Yeah.
do this.
Yes.
Of course we live and breathe for them, but make sure you live and breathe for you too.
Yes. Oh, that is so beautiful. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking this time. How can people find you?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram, just she underscore. She is me. I'm also on Facebook, Sherisse Colbourne, but primarily Instagram. If you need to connect, DM me, let's chat. I am taking clients within the professional performing arts, arts and artistic development capacity. So
Awesome.
what that entails is those who want to start out in this industry, I not only coach, but I help you as far as mapping out your route. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
mhm.
I love it. Well, thank you. I really appreciate you spending this
Thank
time with
you,
me.
Coach Steph.
you've taught me some things, and I really appreciate it. And man, kiss your son for me.
I
I
will.
best, and I
Oh,
can see
and
it.
quick tidbit before
Yes,
we even close.
yes.
Um, you can also follow Jaden on Instagram at I am Jaden Lyric, JAYDEN Lyric, LYRIC. He does have his IMDb link in his bio. You can catch him on most recently Amazon Prime, a movie called Undefiled.
Oh
Yeah,
wow,
just go watch it.
definitely.
Undefiled. You can also catch him on season 4 of Stranger Things. He was in the first 4 to 5 episodes.
Awesome.
He did the Marvin Sapp movie, I'm Keisha Cole movie, um, Fair Street on Netflix, Irv Gotti's Tales. He did episode 3, I believe. It's called Renee. Check him out there too. And The Banker. Yeah, so a
I
lot,
love.
and keep looking out.
Well,
Mhm.
tell him I said hello,
I
please.
sure will.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And feel free to come back and, tell us any updates or anything. Then, it's
Absolutely.
okay.
Next, you can interview Jaden. Like,
Oh, I would love to. I would love to. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that.
you're
Definitely.
so welcome.
All right then. And I really appreciate you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thank you. Blessings to you all. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, thank you all, everyone. I had an amazing time with Miss Sherisse Colbourne, and she was just full of information. I can't wait to see her son. Please check him out. Please feel free to follow up with her. If you know anyone that's interested in becoming talented, she knows what to do. Again, thank you all for joining me with Beyond Boardroom Business. Until the next time we speak, I'm Coach Stephanie. Please stay curious, stay inspired, stay positive, and I hope to see you again on the next episode. Thank you.